Here are 5 success blockers. You seem to always find these roadblocks, and I call them the 5 reasons why you can't achieve results now. Okay, so let me orientate you to this kind of a framework, this map, right? I created this a couple of years ago, and this was to help my clients and patients who always seem that they cannot achieve success no matter how hard they try. And mind you, these are not the low-level, low net worth people. Okay, so some of them are quite high flyers in the sense that they were very smart, double honor majors. In school they did really well, and yet they seem to have debilitating patterns. Anyway, let me orientate you to this framework. I like to use this framework because, I have visualization exercises, because vision and visualization is important to me. Whether you can or cannot see, and then of course down here would be the third column would be the execution, whether or not you take action, and of course the final column is the results. So I call them the 5 S's. The first one is you can't even see, and therefore you can't execute. So this is very typical of those who are totally success. Our goals are deleted from the frame of consciousness, right? I call it like shut. Their eyes are shut. They are not even aware, right? The second one is you can see. So you can start seeing like your potential, for example, but you're always procrastinating. You're always too slow. And when you're too slow, obviously, in these days, especially of the COVID pandemic, you need to be fast movers, right? Because from business speak, we talk a lot about economies of speed, not just economies of scale, right? So you're slow, you don't move fast, you're definitely not going to achieve anything. The third one is you can see, but you can't execute. For whatever reason, you're always stuck. Even when strategies and knowledge is passed on to you, you just can't seem to execute. Maybe you are you're ill-disciplined, maybe your lifestyle doesn't set you up for success in a sense, so you're always stuck. The fourth one is you can see, and then you started execution. That means you tried it out, you took action, but somehow you stopped halfway, either because you're too tired, ill-disciplined, disillusioned, etc. So we call this you hit a slump. One might say that you hit a kind of a roadblock or plateau out, and therefore you are never going to achieve that kind of success because you're not going to finish what you started. And then the last one, the fifth one, is probably the most frustrating because you can see and you took action, you executed, and you tasted success, but can you see in this last column, it's temporary success. It's not sustainable. Maybe you are one hit wonder, so to speak. This is what we call the self-sabotage or the sabotage. Nobody stopped you. There's no external factor or forces that block you, but you yourself somehow either you get into complacency, you get this rebound effect where, some of us who are into fitness or you want to lose some weight, right? You actually lost it, and then you gain like double the weight back once you get into slip into complacency. So we call this sabotage. Whatever the case is, you can probably identify with any of these 5 S's in terms of seeing the potential and yet not being able to fulfill. And you keep wondering, how come is it in life you are always struggling in this area? Well, most likely it could be a psychological or even a past pattern that has blocked you.